Welcome to my live stream. I'm mayohosko. Thank you so much for watching. I'm building sets from my backlog from the LEGO group who are worth billions and billions of dollars. And there's been some developments in the Bricks and Minifigure scandal, which we'll get into talking about. Just one thing in particular, and as I was and others were speculating, another of the YouTube lawyers has come into the fold about the scandal. Also, the NBA finals are on right now, so I've got that on in the background. And so hopefully we get enough people in the comments to actually build some Lego today. I was charging my computer before the stream started, so we won't have any threat about the stream cutting out or anything. And I was editing some live stream descriptions because I needed to link one brick at a time and silent mode for my Saturday night stream, and I needed to add video and live stream links to other stuff for people who want to keep in touch with the Bricks and Minifigures scandal and watch me build the Tudor Corner at the same time. So right now we got Alexandria, a Billy, and a minifigure collector. Still waiting for Grumpy, still waiting for Tommy. They were here earlier. Come out wherever you are. If they get here quickly, then we can start building quickly, because that'd be 5 people in the chat. And speak of the devil, there's Tommy. And also the sweetest person in the world, Candy, is here too. Hey. Well, we got 5 people, and it'll be fun if Grumpy gets in the chat as well, because some people might not know that Grumpy does live streams today as well, and maybe he might want to talk about his project that he's been doing. Who knows, maybe. So if you are new to the mayohosko channel, please smash the subscribe button and smash the like button. So Candy, before this stream started, I added the @ for you in the description of the collaboration we did. I'm trying to figure out how to invite collaborators. I've never used that setting before. And yesterday I was freaking out that I couldn't find something. Well, I found it when I was cleaning up afterwards. So we're going to add that to... Oopsie. Something just fell down the stairwell. I'm going to add that to the build right there. I'm going to take off the 3rd floor. This thing fell down the stairs. So let me get the box back up. So before we get into talking about the Bricks and Minifigures scandal, what do you guys want to talk about first? So let me move some stuff off to the side. And let me angle this down. So if you weren't here yesterday, we finished building bag 16. And to see all the fun stuff we've been talking about while building this set and the news about the Bricks and Minifigures scandal, I will eventually be making a playlist of all of my live streams covering the Bricks and Minifigures scandal. I also posted a progress update on various Discord servers earlier today, and I need to take a photo of the stuff that we've built since we finished building the first story. Going to take a photo of everything up to the second floor of the building. And I'm going to take it from the other side of the building. So I'll post that picture on Discord probably tomorrow. And there should be a link to my Discord server in the description if you haven't already joined it. What do we want to talk about today? I'm going to crop this. Actually, is that other one? Oh no. No, that was a square formation here. We'll just keep it like that. Surely there has to be something that you guys want to talk about. Let's open bag 17. Okay, let's start building. First out the gate is a minifigure. How many buildings are in my city? I estimate currently about 24. If someone wants to go back and watch my latest city update and count, because no one has yet correctly answered the question where I told people I would pin their comment, whoever can give an accurate count, if they go back and watch, I'll pin your comment instead. If anyone wants to count, because I don't know. 2000 is just an estimate. I'm not adding any lights into my city at all. I think light kits are a waste of money unless you exhibit stuff at conventions. So there's the minifigure. People who don't exhibit at conventions, who have light kits in their stuff, have way too much disposable income, in my opinion. Trying to find, there's a cat or something. Where is it? This cat. So Zelda would be happy to see that if he decides to show up today. What is this we're building? We're building something to go on the outside. Yeah, so I'm going to get into talking about the BAM scandal. So other people were speculating, as was I, that a YouTuber called CoffeeZilla would eventually do a video about it. And he did do a video about it. And that is linked in the description below. And he was showing footage of some vigilantes fighting inside of a Bricks and Minifigures store. Which those people doing that are aiming their anger at the wrong people. Long time no see, Quarterbrick J. Good to see you around here. We're on bag 17 of the LEGO Tudor Corner modular, and we're talking about the new updates within the BAM scandal. Yeah, so CoffeeZilla made a video about it, and then Penguin Zero did a reaction to CoffeeZilla's coverage of the blurred footage about people throwing punches at each other and yelling and screaming inside of a BAM store. Because those people were doing that in the name of justice, but they're directing their anger at the wrong people. So after all that, I'll take the chance to say I do not condone people throwing punches at each other unless you're in the ring or the octagon. And whether it's those LEGO vigilantes or whether it's the Pokemon scalpers who are also fighting with each other, violence doesn't solve those problems. It doesn't solve anything. Let me adjust this camera. So I guess the question of the day is, have you seen the footage of those people fighting inside of the BAM store? I guess that's the de facto question of the day, you know. Because I have, in all of its blurry glory, and it's like, those normies, man, those normies. Because it reminds me of when I was in high school and two people were throwing soft blow punches over a pencil, of all things. Which I look back on and laugh because it was silly. But those people fighting inside of the BAM store, or Pokemon scalpers fighting at Target and Walmart, are doing it for the wrong reasons. They're doing it for serious reasons because they have pent up aggression. And honestly, those people should go to anger management classes. So we're doing some plate layers underneath these windows. They're doing it to cause chaos. People like that look for anything as an excuse to cause violence. Yeah, there are some people, who what I just said. So Jay hasn't seen it, but it has gotten out of hand. And I wonder now that footage is out, if Brick Hive's thinking about covering that on Pure Rant Fury. And also, I have an announcement at the end of this stream. After we get done with this bag. Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of plates and tiles underneath here. At the end of yesterday's stream, there was a lot of furniture that we were putting inside. Yeah, so those were the two new things that I've that I can think of within the Bricks and Minifigure scandal. So I guess that's the daily scandalous update on the mayohosko channel. Whenever I see people, whether it's in the LEGO community or the tens of millions of normies out there doing something as part of the coverage, I wanna talk about it. And for the people who come into my live streams and don't want to talk about it, then say meaningful stuff in the comments to change the conversation. Then it's not that hard. That's why I invite people in the chat to talk about what they want to talk about, because I like hearing what people have to say. That's how I get a lot of my energy to do these streams. You guess those people aren't even LEGO builders. Exactly. They're just looking to start fights with someone. And it's not even that they're clout chasers on social media. It's not like they're filming their crimes and going to jail afterwards. They're just random dudes going places and want to pick fights. I mean, they're not even trying to monetize their anger on Instagram or TikTok or anything. Or if they're an IRL streamer like Chud the Builder being racist on the streets. What are my thoughts on the build so far? Exteriorly, it's my favorite modular ever. Interiorly, I still think the assembly square has the best details. Which, now that I think about it, comparing how I felt about the interiors across all the modulars I've built, perhaps some of the neat builds and the inside references is why people propel the assembly square so high. Because like the Natural History Museum has a lot of inside references to the LEGO hobby, but it's not the most aesthetically beautiful building. However, I think the assembly square and the Tudor Corner are very aesthetically beautiful buildings. Oh, you still need to build the assembly square? The assembly square is, I think, in the middle of the modular row in my sitting. And sadly, I need to do some repairs on that set. Where were we at? Yeah, we need to get some of these door rail plates. What about 46? I don't know what trach is. There's a 1x2 over here. Yeah. So I anticipate that I'll probably finish the modular by the end of the week. I was going to do a LEGO City build and chat stream, but I fell asleep early yesterday. I was going to do one at 9 a.m. in the morning because I had some hours spare on StreamYard. And you've counted, Tommy. Nice. So there's double than what I thought. Yeah. So if you're able to comment on that, then I'll pin you, because no one's answered my question for the pinned comment yet. There's another one of these door rails. Do you consider redesigning interiors? Yeah, I have thought about redesigning some of the interiors. Because there's some nice details that I don't necessarily want hidden away, that I might want to include in some of my mocks instead. I have small ones, which is hard to see. Yeah, because the way I film my city updates is often just a pan over. It's not very many close-up shots, which the camera angles makes it hard to see some things sometimes. So that's why if people ever want to, well, when people watch my city updates, maybe you might want to request, hey, next time can we get a closer up of whatever. I see those comments, I talk about it. I probably need to do a city update one day which has all of the frequently asked questions. Who knows? Okay, and there's another 1x2 off to the side here. That doesn't look right. Oh no, there's not. Is there? No, there's not. Sorry, I was skipping ahead in the build. Okay, let's turn the page. And building some of the terrariums interiorly now. Yeah, so like when I rank the modulars, I don't base it off of the interior because I never see the interior. And people who watch my city updates will never see the interiors. So I rank it purely off of exterior. But I don't know how you guys, what your criteria for ranking the modulars are. But that's how I do it. So we've got to put some of these trans clear. Got to put some of these trans clear 1x1 round tiles with the printed animals on it inside of these bricks, which are also transparent. Hello, Patricius Dolly Dreams 6569. I saw you comment on some of my live streams on as part of the replay gang. So it's good. It's great to see you here live instead. It's good to see you. Yeah, I get a couple people who sometimes watch my streams on the replay after the stream ends. And some of the new subscribers might not know that I try to do my live streams at 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, so it's good to see new people in the chat. And we are building the LEGO Tudor Corner modular set. We're in the middle of bag 17 of this set. And this was a set that I bought myself for my birthday at the end of April. And it's a big set. And for those who don't know, I only build sets on my live streams. I'm fine building mocks off camera, but I prefer to only build sets on camera because I can make content out of it like this. See, I just realized I did something wrong. Need to rotate this. Get this snapped on. There we go. And there's a. So they use these ingot tiles on top of the terrariums. They have one in the dark turquoise and one in the bright light orange, like that. There's a close-up of that. And that goes on this next to the chimney. So there's a close-up of some of the interior details inside there. So Billy likes the corner garage because of the tow truck. I imagined that would be up highly on your ranking. So is the corner garage your favorite modular, Billy? Tommy says like the positioning of the building and the looks of the exterior of the building and how it's placed. Yeah, there is some neat geometry in this set, I think. The geometry and the exterior is part of, well, is probably the main reasons why this is my favorite modular ever. So that's that. Now we're building more structure. Getting some arches in here. Yeah, so the corner garage is your favorite. This Tudor Corner is my favorite. Hey Heather, good to see you here. We're in the middle of building bag 17 because we got finished building bag 16 yesterday. And yeah, and so the two things worth noting in the Bricks and Minifigures scandal today was that CoffeeZilla finally entered the fray of the scandal, like many people, including myself, speculated. And two, the reason he did so is because of people throwing punches at each other for the wrong reasons. So some of that stuff I have linked in the description below if anyone wants to check that out. So there's a few questions that's going on in the chat. One is, have you seen those fights through whichever sources? Two, I guess kind of a sub-question is what your favorite modular is, because people who've been subscribed to me for a while know that this is my favorite modular, and Billy has said that the corner garage is his favorite modular. Yes, people were they were fighting inside of a BAM store. It was really wild because it reminded me of the Pokemon scalpers fighting each other in Target and Walmart. People with pent-up anger. Yeah, so to see the blurry footage covered by CoffeeZilla and Penguin Zero was wild to watch. It was really wild. Heather's undecided. Well, I'm not even sure if you own any of the modulars. Trying to make sure I built this right. There is a lot of content to keep up with. That's why I'm choosing to focus on a small amount of people covering. Primarily stick to the social media commentators I've already subscribed to, and whenever my friends in the LEGO community have something to say about it, is what I've been paying attention to. So you don't own any of the modulars, okay? Yeah, because the modulars are one of those sets where you don't really care about the minifigures, because when you go back and look at the history of the modulars, they have some of the most boring minifigures in a set that you can think of. Because for those who don't know, TMC Heather is minifigure oriented. I'm really confused about something. So there's the light grey stripe, then the dark grey brick. Ah, I put on an extra black 1x1, wasn't supposed to. That's where I was getting confused. Billy says you could make fun of them and say they were fighting over the rare 2x4 brick. Exactly. If anyone knows what that's a reference to, I'll give you a cookie. Get this more in shot there. And okay, there's some stuff behind there. Do you like minifigures in the new Disney Main Street? Because Alexandria doesn't. I've seen the minifigure selection. I'd say only half of the minifigures I care about. Like if I was to analyze just the minifigures within that set, and only about half of the minifigures I'd be interested in collecting if I was a minifigure collector, of which I'm not. I'm not a Disney fan, so that kind of tilts my perspective as well. Like that set was made for the Disney adults. That is their set. If you know what I'm saying. Getting some brackets in here. Looks like an interesting way how they build these windows. And get these brackets on top here. So Billy likes the fire truck in the main street. And I didn't even know that there was a fire truck in Disneyland until saw Alex Nunes review that set. And he let his friend Jason Brixton 5, who I'm seeing both of them at Brick Slopes, and have requested to take tours of their basement when I'm doing my day ride, joyride in Ubers around the greater Salt Lake City area at the end of August. And that's going to be fun. So Alex let to Jason build that, because Jason is a Disney adult, kind of like how Moments of the Magic is a Disney adult. But I'm not sure if Joe is going to get that set or not. Because that's $400 US. Same price as the 90th anniversary castle. So I'm pretty sure it's 600 Australian dollars. And I don't think the build is as beefy as the 90th anniversary castle either. That's the only $400 US set I can think of. Now I suspect I have to build this window twice. Looks like some of the same pieces. Actually, no, there's no brackets, so it is only one of these builds. And for those who stick around to the end of the stream when we finish building this bag, I have an announcement of the schedule for the next month or so. Where's this other slope? Can't find a slope. It's camouflaging or something. Why can't I find it? Oh, here it is. It was upside down. I think this is the first time that I've gotten the 1x2 22.5-degree cheese slopes in an opaque color. The other previous times have been the grills. And there's something that goes on top of that window. Needs some white brackets. And some jumper formations to get something centered. So that goes on top of there, and there's some slopes off to the side here. And there's a cone that goes on top. And there's some curved slopes that lock those wedge plates. And then there's tiles that go off the side there. And then there's some roof details that extend out of there. And that's a ×2 build with more brackets. So they're using a lot of brackets for these windows at the top here. Or some people might refer to it as the modified tiles with the upwards and downwards sideways extensions. It's just easier to call it a bracket. I don't know what the actual name on the Bricklink is. I forget. And tile going off of there to lock this into position. And it's neat that they use these modified 1x1 bricks with the Technic axle hole for some detailing rather than letting rather than an actual axle going through there. I like it when they use holes like that for aesthetic purposes rather than functional purposes. That's why I think the modular designers are the creme de la creme of the Lego design team. The creme de la creme. Whether you go back to the originals with Jamie Brard and Chris McVeigh has designed some. Forget some of the other designers, but those are the two I think of: Jamie Brard and Chris McVeigh. Chris McVeigh's done a whole bunch of other stuff as well. I think on Brickset, there's databases of, because of the tags on there, about which set certain designers have designed. Because there's the one guy, Jan something Klingsman or something, I forget, or Van or Vaughan, Terman Wergen something yummy, Smitty Jürgen Man Jensen. If you're a SpongeBob fan, you might know what I'm trying to say there. Who is my favorite designer ever, because he just about designed so many factions of the core themes back in those days. Anyway, that's that build. Rather eclectic looking window right there. And you see what I mean? using those holes for details rather than functional purposes. And that goes inside this arch right here. Turn this around, and that's what it looks like on the build. Is there a building you wish the modular designers would do next? I want them to do a post office next. Haven't gotten a regular town or city-oriented post office since 1982! We've gotten a courier kind of warehouse distribution center, the Command Post Central, or whatever it was called back in 1998. We've gotten Winter Village post offices. We've gotten mail delivery vehicles since then, but not just a regular post office. You know, like a Royal Mail, Australia Post, United States Postal Service, Canada Post, a Deutsche Post. Haven't gotten something that looks like that since 1982. I'd love to see a modular post office. Other people want to see a modular hospital. Other people want to see a modular arcade. Other people want to see a modular school. Those are the 4 things that I always hear people wanting next in the modular building collection. We are overdue for a post office. That's an understatement, Billy. That is an understatement. I think is there stuff behind here? I need to backtrack in this build. Oh, there was another assembly back here of a couple plates behind the terrarium to support more slopes, some too high slopes to form roof detailing. Okay, and yeah. And plates in between there to get a flat top. But there's a brick that goes behind there. What goes behind there? I don't see what's supposed to go behind there. I don't see what's supposed to go behind there. That's weird. That's weird. Looks like there's supposed to be a 1x4 brick. I hope it's not error in the instructions. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, I was getting confused about that. Yeah, that's in the wrong place. I just noticed something in the instructions. I'll show it for you up close. So what's that? Step 456. It shows the 1x4 brick behind there. But on step 457, and I'll have to angle the camera, it shows you applying the 1x4 brick. If I can change this angle again. shows the application of the 1x4 brick. So that's a rendering error in the instructions. Only the best is good enough. We'll be able to get this done before the hour. Oh yeah, there's a 1x1 that goes in between there. And to put more windows inside here. This building is the Tudor Corner modular. It's what's on the thumbnail. There's opaque window inserts rather than glass inserts to go in between there. Yeah, and so this is my favorite modular ever. I'm not going to be adding it to the city because it's a corner, but I'm going to be putting it on my shelf. I've got no room for corner modulars in my city, but this is going to have pride of placement on my shelf. Going to have to move some things around to accommodate this. I think this might look good next to the minifigure vending machine. That's a thought I've been thinking about over the past couple of days, because it'd probably be the same height or a little bit taller. So chat, what do you guys think about that? For those who have seen footage or images of my shelves. And one of the neighbors is playing music. Hopefully that doesn't get picked up on the microphone. Building more opaque windows. I need a 1x1. Oh, good. So it's not getting picked up on the microphone. Good. Because whatever their song they're playing, it's a song that I actually like. So they must have good taste in music. Now we're building a door. It's a dark green door. And there's another slope. Okay, yeah. For the roof line. And there's stuff. No, that's wall tail. Actually, I'm not sure if that's the back of the other chimney, because there's two chimneys in this set, and one's a real chimney, the other's a fake chimney, as they used to do in Tudor architecture. Because apparently multiple chimneys was a status symbol back in the Middle Ages. That's what I heard from other people who reviewed this set. And there's a plane flying overhead. So I think these clip bar plates are supposed to be some of the ladders inside of here, because I think there's a chimney sweep minifigure included in the set. Did you just hear that plane flying overhead? So, okay, got to build another one. Okay, yeah, so the music doesn't get picked up on the microphone, but the vibrations of the planes flying overhead does. As does the neighbor's dogs when they're barking. I'm glad the one outside disturbance that you guys can't hear is the music, because music is what gets people flagged for copyright. But it's also a sign that the microphone is good quality. If it picks up some of that stuff, the audio, a bass. And I think those are just some extras. Let's put the extras away. And I'll put the cat and its owner inside of here, because this is what we just did right here. Hey Macro, good to see you here. You're doing some maintenance, eh? The invite is in the jungle if anyone wants to join me. Although we're probably most likely going to end soon unless there's a wave of new people. So I'm gonna instead pose this minifigure standing in front of the couch and the cat in front of the litter box. Get people close up of the interior detail. This is the set that's on the thumbnail, the Tudor Corner. Just finished building bag 17. And we're doing daily updates about the Bricks and Minifigures scandal. Not sure if you've been keeping up with that scandal or not, because I have. Move this back. There's me. The beard slowly starting to come back in. Yeah, because I know that you've been watching the Penguin Zero videos, as have I. It is a lot of juicy drama. You're keeping up with it like I am. And for those who haven't been watching all of my streams, been using brick separators as the bookmark. So we'll attempt to build a bag 18 tomorrow. It is looking really good so far. So the little bit of news I need to tell is that since my last class this semester was on Thursday, there's another plane flying overhead. Yeah, and actually I have one of Penguin Zero's videos linked in the description, as I have with one of CoffeeZilla's videos linked in the description as well, because it was relevant to the coverage of the scandal that we were talking about today. And so now that I don't have classes until August, I'm still doing assignments, but I don't have classes. So I will be doing daily live streams until I go back to class for at least half an hour every single day. And in July, I will also be doing a 24-hour live stream. So all of the big sets that I have in my backlog, I hope to build over my winter vacation. So hopefully we will get this set built before the end of the week. Then we'll move on to the Italian Riviera, which is in my backlog. That's the other big set. And got some other sets, some smaller sets that'll take me less than a week to build. So you can stay tuned for those build streams. It's going to be fun to build the Italian Riviera. I don't have a spot for it in my city yet, but I would like to somehow modify the buildings just a little bit to put near the beach in my city. I think that'll be fun to experiment with. I only bought the Italian Riviera because there was a good gift with purchase available at the time that I wanted, and it looks like a fun build because it reminds me, the architecture reminds me of a spot on one of the beaches I used to go to as a kid. Which is why I want to get the build experience out of that and see how I can apply it to my sitting. Yeah, so get ready for daily live streams, at least half an hour every single day until August. So all the subscribers can look forward to that. We're going to have a lot of fun during my winter vacation. And people can feel free to DM me about doing collaborative streams with me while I'm doing these daily streams at 9 p.m. Eastern every single day. Because on the weekend we did stuff with Candy and Silent Mode, and I know Hoarder 66 wants to do a bunch of stuff with me as well. So that'll be fun. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to on the mayohosko channel. And when I get my last assignment done on the 19th of June, I will be doing a mix of building sets on live streams and building mocks off camera. So you'll get to see, so expect a lot of stuff on my Instagram page as well. So thank you for watching this stream. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I'm going to go watch the NBA finals. game thing. So I'll see you on my live stream tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next video.